Sometimes employees are unsure as to whether their work environment is hostile enough to be considered illegal. Not all bad behavior is legally actionable, even though it may be extremely unpleasant. Generally, for behavior to be unlawful, the unpleasant conduct must be because of your membership in what's called a protected class. Protected classes include race, color, national origin, ancestry, age, religion, physical or mental disability, sex, which is gender, sexual orientation, and genetic predisposition. If you are being treated differently at work because of your membership in a protected class, then you may have a claim for employment discrimination. You should begin by documenting your adverse treatment and collecting evidence that will help demonstrate that your adverse treatment is related to your membership in the protected class. For example, any evidence to show that other employees who are not in your protected class are being treated more favorably than you would be helpful. In most cases, you must report your discrimination to your employer to give your employer the opportunity to reasonably investigate and, where necessary, to remedy the circumstances. This means that you should follow the reporting mechanisms that your employer has laid out for you, which should result in an investigation by your employer. If the results of an investigation show that discrimination is indeed occurring, your employer may order further training for the responsible employee, may discipline the employee, may terminate the employee, or may take another action to ensure that the workplace stays free and clear of discrimination. So I want to talk a little bit about sexual harassment. This has been in the news lately, as you probably know, and there have been many problems with sexual harassment in the workplace. You are protected by anti-discrimination laws if you are experiencing sexual harassment at work. It's important to know that any gender may be a victim of sexual harassment, and that the harasser does not have to be of the opposite sex. A harasser can be a supervisor, an agent of the employer, a supervisor in another area, a co-worker, or even a non-employee. A victim of sexual harassment can be anyone affected by the offensive conduct, not just a specific target of the harassment. Also, sexual harassment takes many forms. It can include unwelcome sexual advances, requests for sexual favors, or verbal or physical conduct of a sexual nature. To be legally actionable, the harassment must explicitly or implicitly affect a person's employment by unreasonably interfering with that individual's work performance or creating an intimidating, hostile, or offensive work environment. If you are treated differently or fired because you reported discrimination or harassment, you may also have a claim against your employer for violating the Maine Whistleblowers Protection Act. If this happens to you, it is important to contact an employment attorney and discuss the best avenue forward. An employment attorney can also counsel you before you report to your employer in the first place, and can advise you on confidentiality, how best to protect yourself, and ensure that you are communicating in the right way with the right people at work.